Well, hello there. It's me, another arcader. And I am coming to you live with a surprise stream. I went ahead and hooked up my Game Station Go to my TV. And you can see it right there down there below. If anybody out there wants to join me, I'll be swapping through some additional games here. So, this is just a test stream. I guess I'm going to have to walk you guys how I want to do this. So, I've got my phone here, and I got an app called Focusor. And today it's going to be a little bit longer, but I'm going to set it to a relax mode. And then I'm going to grab this Focusor right here, turn that on, see? And that's going to be my timer. So right now my phone is completely silent. I'm just turning on the Bluetooth, turning on the location, going to the Focusor app, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a deep focus. So in order to do that, I've got to connect to my Focusor, connect to my device, and now I'm connected to it, and it's syncing. And no, I don't want to be doing 60 minutes. Well, let's see. We've already been streaming for, looks about 2 minutes right now. So let's go ahead and do it maybe about 20 minutes. And yeah, 20 minutes. And so it's going to sync, and I'm going to put my phone down, and the Focusor is going. So as long as I don't move my phone, it won't fail. Now, I went ahead and updated my Game Station Go to the community firmware, and all this fun stuff I'm doing in the background, that's stuff just I'm doing with OBS. So, basically what I'd like to do with this secret area, uncut live stream, is most of my videos are edited. Most of my videos, I try to bring you the best of maybe multiple runs. And this is just going to be live and unedited, uncensored. You're going to hear some curse words. I really wish I could get the audio to work with this thing, but I can't. So that's rather unfortunate. I am running it with some filters. So the Game Station Go community firmware is what it is. So play some Super Mario Brothers. Da 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 da. So I really wish I could get the audio to work. I don't know how to do that. It's not really working right now. At least not directly with my capture card. Maybe I have too many things that it's filtering through. I have no idea. We'll experiment with it and see. But for right now, it is what it is. And I'm kicking butt and taking names. So what I'd like to do with this secret area is not only give you guys a look at my life, but also talk to you guys about stuff. Like, for example, not only did I play with this community firmware, but I also went ahead and I did AFTERPLAY as well, too. AFTERPLAY is something that, oh, nice. I already have that, though. AFTERPLAY is something that Gen X Grown Up mentioned on his channel. I kind of enjoyed it. And it hooks up to the retro achievements. I haven't really found a way. I'm not that. I kind of been out of the emulation game for a while. You know, there's so many new things. Like, this is running RetroArch right now. And RetroArch apparently is a free program that will run basically just about anything on it. And I'm talking about like anything. MAME can run Atari games for whatever reason. So, and for whatever reason, the 2600, the sound is fine. You know, I can boot up an Atari game right now and give you the sound. But yeah, this is just. So I've been kind of enjoying AFTERPLAY. It's streaming. It has a tougher time with stuff like PlayStation. There's a whole bunch of lag. And even if you get it offline, like for example, I had some problems getting Spider-Man to run. You can set it to an offline mode. You'll have to toggle it and play with it or something like that, you know. But even then, I mean, it's got an achievement hunter on there. Like I played Super Mario Brothers with achievements on it. So the achievement hunter is one of them is like a treasure hunter. You got to get 120 gold coins without dying or something like that. Get through World 1 with no pipes. You know, no bonus rooms, no warp pipes or anything like that. So, and I used to play this a lot when I was a kid. I really wish I had a regular Nintendo controller to play it on, but, you know, I got this, and they did do a whole bunch of stuff to fix the... Uh-oh. The emulation's a little wonky. A little bit. If I remember correctly, I think there's a mushroom here. Yes. There we go. So if I was playing on the AFTERPLAY, there would be all these little notifications about me wanting to, you know, treasure hunter or whatever it is, with the Retro Achievements app. So I think that's kind of cool. And I'll fiddle around with OBS. It might be something in my OBS settings. Oops, I forgot I had no frickin' fire flower fridge. So maybe I can get it to work with, this is just a preliminary thing. But yeah, I just want to talk about what's going on with my life. Kind of just, you know, talk about retro stuff. And I got Lakitu. Frickin' Lackey. Frickin' Bowser Lackey. Oh, and I died. So we'll see what I can fiddle around with OBS. This is just an initial stream just to see if I can stream, which I got better T-Mobile internet. Yes, it does stream. It does stream very well. So, and this is an man. World 4-1. I should have brought a fire flower. And I'm going to try to show you some of the features of the community firmware. I know that John already did that, but, you know, I'd like to as well. So, whee! Ho, 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 ho. I died. Ha ha ha. Alrighty, so, if I remember correctly, I can press the 1 button. There we go. I just saved the state. So, nope, don't want to do that. I want to play a one-player game. Whee! Oh, I died. And so, because of that, I can reload the page. There we go. Went all the way back. So, it's just got a quick save state load and everything like that. So, we could be hopping around. Stuff gets a little dicey, you know. Whoa! Talk about dicey. There's that frickin' mushroom. Yeah! Oh! Ho, ho. Cheating. So, I think some people in my circle kind of brought up some good points. These companies really aren't making any money off of their legacy games, their older games, that kind of stuff. I think Nintendo is. And you know, Nintendo doing that is perfectly fine. It's something that they feel very strongly about. And there's plenty of other companies, much, much older companies, that don't. I think Atari does to a point. I have not seen the 7800 version of Pac-Man out there. Like the what is it? The one that they have. Here's the star. So yeah, Nintendo does it, and I know that PlayStation 6 went ahead and announced, wow, we're running out of time, got 11 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. PlayStation announced the fact that they're going to be getting rid of physical media. I think that's absolutely horrible. I mean, I could see why. You know, there's a lot of people that are like, well, let's back up stuff. Like, there's ROMs for PlayStation. I want to say there's, like, ROMs for PlayStation 3. I don't know about PlayStation 4. But yeah, seems to me, and this is just my opinion, woo! Aw, man! Well, that's what I get for not saving, you know? PlayStation seems to be 100% fine with going digital. And that's what these older games are. Even Nintendo is doing emulation. I know I heard a story a little while there that Donkey Kong 64 at some point was, you know, goofing up. So there's that as well, too. There's always just, you know, come on, Star. Yeah. There's always just Nintendo saying, you know what, we're going to have our legacy our way. And I think I remember, I don't know, I guess just my impressions is that I like physical media. But again, you know, I'm a millennial. And Gen Zers and millennials, they're all about physical media because that's how they kind of grew up. You know, I like having a physical object I can hold on to. And there we go. Oh! Like having a physical object that I can hold on to, and like a video camera and that kind of stuff. I miss a lot of the older aesthetics of stuff as well too. Got about 8 minutes left, guys. So, yeah, if anybody out there kind of hates the physical media nowadays, let's pause the game. And nobody's joined the live stream, so that kind of sucks. Well, back to the game. I didn't really advertise it. This is a sort of impromptu live stream. So, to me, it's just kind of secret and that kind of stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of people that I know won't have a problem because they've always had digital stuff. Like, I've had MP3s before. You know, I'm not going to have a problem. My main problem with digital stuff is, and I'm going to have to save it now, forgot to load, is on my Switch 2, it kind of seemed like they were bracing themselves for digital.
Sure is peaceful here.
And that's just my 2 cents on the Switch 2. the way that these companies were, and a lot of people were calling them out, greed, greed, greed. A lot of these companies were kind of like, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the cheaper, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the cheaper, we're going to go ahead and get the cheaper, cartridges. So, woo! Let's get through. Where am I? Come on. Oh, I see. They were just wanting to go ahead and get the cheaper, Woo! Woo! They just wanted to go ahead and get the cheaper cartridges from Nintendo. And so a lot of people were like, okay, you're just being cheap. And Ubisoft was, at least, with their Star Wars game, they were at least trying to match the speed that their players were accustomed to, so that if they've already played the game before and now they're playing it on the Switch, you know, they can at least feel like they're getting the same speed. That's not so bad. I know for Nintendo Switch they had, I know for Nintendo Switch they had, like, cheaper cartridges. Or they had bigger cartridges available for Switch 1 that never made it to America. A lot of companies, including Microsoft or Bethesda or whatever you want to call them, for the Doom game, they only utilized 8 gigabytes. They had bigger cartridges available. Bigger cartridges cost more money, so Nintendo kind of forced the issue with, kind of forced the issue with Switch 2. Don't stop running. There we go. Yo! Whee! Woohoo! There we go. So Nintendo kind of at least I felt Nintendo kind of forced the issue with the Switch 2, because they're like, well, these are the two options we have. And so many companies are kind of like, okay, we're going to take the cheaper of the two so that people can download stuff. So most of the stuff, definitely everything on the eShop is all, and Nintendo, as far as I know, Nintendo has offered a third option, but at launch it was kind of like Nintendo was the only company that was releasing cartridges. Ooh! Nintendo was really the only company that was releasing their cartridges on completely on everything on their cartridges. Ooh! Woohoo! Woohoo! There we go. And with Nintendo releasing just everything on their cartridges, everything, the whole game on the cartridges, they did offer some, last I heard they offered some companies some cheaper options so that they could at least, have some different options available. So, some cheaper options available. So maybe it will spark more people wanting to. We've got about 2 minutes left. I really guess I don't care if I die. Yoo-hoo-hoo. So that they could put their whole game on the frickin' cartridge. So, I mean, it's already, in my opinion, Nintendo Switch 2 is kind of, to me it's a space issue. My Switch has more space on it than my Switch 2. Now, when I get a 1 terabyte thing, whenever we get those, last I checked, which was maybe about 6 months ago, we still didn't have a steady supply of 1 terabyte cards, SD cards for the Switch 2. So, I'll have to check, but like I said, it's just something that, to me, it seems like the Switch 2 is designed from the ground up to be completely digital. And at least PlayStation came out and said it. They didn't say that for the Switch 2, which really surprised me. Now, of course, I am going to get a 1 terabyte and maybe, probably not, transfer everything over to the Switch 2 at some point. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't like it that Sega hasn't done Switch 2 upgrades, but, that's me. And I don't like it that, well, this is a digital system too. You download the ROMs, you put the work into it, you can play your games and everything like that. So like I said, with the exception of Nintendo, people are not really making any money on classic games. I can't even remember the last time that Midway made a classic games collection. Right now it's owned by Warner Brothers, and there's a lot of Atari games, so you got to go back in the older libraries, the older systems, collect that physical media to see that stuff again. I think there was one on PlayStation 3, but I think it was digital only. So again, that's where physical kind of comes in. As I said before, I've got my Atari passport down below. I am the number 9 poster on the entire Club Atari. And hey, our alarm just went off. So on the entire Club Atari, Discord, I am the number 9 poster, and I would invite you to come to the Atari Discord, talk with me if you want, ask me questions, that kind of stuff. If you need to, I'm always here to talk to my fans. I'm always here to talk to other retro enthusiasts. I'm always here to learn some new stuff. So I would like to, once a week, do this live stream. It's not going to be impromptu. I'd like to do Wednesday evenings at 7 o'clock instead of my regular show. Instead of doing a show... Instead of doing a scheduled and edited show, I'd like to be able to do something like this. I know people have been asking me to do some live streams. I want to be able to do this. So I'm thinking Wednesdays at 7. Today it's Tuesday. It's at 6:25 right now. And just wrapping up this live stream right here, but I'd like to talk a little bit in depth more, a little bit about my plans. Again, secret area is just going to be something for me to chill and play games. You guys will be able to see me goof up and everything like that. My particular skill set, I'm sort of a jack of all trades when it comes to games. So I don't really have a particular skill set. I'm not a master arcader or anything like that. I do gravitate towards arcade style games. I do like the old Mario Brothers. But yeah, this is just going to be kind of like a safe place and chill and that kind of stuff. And I may have some music going on in the background. I might not. Depends on whether or not YouTube is going to flag my stuff for it. I would rather have in-game music. But that's if I can get my Game Station Go to work that way. I'll reinstall OBS and see what happens. But as I said before, I kind of cut down on my shows. I used to do a show 3 days a week. Can't really do that right now. I'd like to do a live stream. Like I said, Wednesday at 7 o'clock. No, I'm not going to do one tomorrow. And then I'd like to do my show on Fridays. I've got my game night with my friends. That's my major time. The alternate game is Tuesdays. So I'd like to still have my show on Fridays, where I'm playing something, and it's a show, typical show. I may or may not have the usual sound effects. Like I said, I'll have to see. But again, I think this week, tomorrow, is my last regular show for Wednesday.
Sure you're getting your
so
veggies.
Tune in tomorrow at 7 o'clock. That would be basically about a little over 30 minutes from right exactly now as I'm saying this, because I'm looking at the clock. And it's going to be on Super Mario Brothers for the Atari. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a comparison. And then this Friday, I'd like to do, I'm going to be doing Space Camp. So Atari Discord had some rules for Space Camp and that kind of stuff. I'd like to use the X Arcade to play the Recharge series, and then kind of do a little bit of a tribute on the Switch, or Switch 2, with, not Gravatar, Lunar Lander Beyond. So, no, I'm not participating in the event for the Atari thing, but I'm at least following the formula. So, no, I'm not doing SA either.